So this was the first preparation which we did, no? That is hydrogenation of unsaturated hydrocarbon. Now I will directly give you one example. Yesterday we have done the preparation. So if I give you one example, you see whether you can complete that reaction. See, now if this compound is given to you, CH3, I am taking CH3, CH double bond, CH2. Okay, plus hydrogen will be given to you. Okay, and then in the arrow mark, they will give you catalyst, that is either nickel, platinum, or palladium. Okay, this will be given to you. Then you have to complete the reaction. Okay, can you tell me what will be the product here which will be formed if these equations are given to you? The compound which I have taken here, the reactant which is there, it's propene, no? 3 carbon. See, 1, 2, 3 carbon. It is propene. So propene on hydrogenation will give you what now? Can you complete this reaction and tell me what is the product? Just tell me the name. I don't want you to give the reaction product here. Equation wise, no, I'm not asking that. I'm just asking the name. What will be the name of the product? Yes. Yeah, very good. It's propane, correct? No? So when they give you hydrogen, you are supposed to break this double bond, add one hydrogen here and one hydrogen on this side. Okay. Across the double bond, you are supposed to add, then complete the reaction. So the product is CH3, then single bond. Here one hydrogen I'm adding. Already one hydrogen was there, one more addition. So CH2, then single bond, then CH3. That's propane. Okay, so propene on hydrogenation gives you propane. That is what is hydrogenation reaction is. If propine was given to you in this way, CH3, C triple bond, then CH, okay. Then you will require 2 molecules of hydrogen because there is triple bond, no, to convert into a hydrocarbon, that is alkane, you will require 2 molecule of hydrogen, okay. If one molecule is given, then you will convert them into propene first, this way. It will get converted to propene first, then you convert them into propane. But if they have directly given you 2 molecules, you can directly add it. Okay. So I'm adding now, see, 2 hydrogen on this side, 2 hydrogen on the other side, because we have to break now here how many bond? Double bond has to be broken to convert them into a single bond. So 2 bonds you have to break. Okay. So then you will get CH3, again CH2, then CH3. That's propane. Okay. So propine gives you propane. Okay, I hope it's clear now. Few more examples I've done. Okay, this was the first preparation which we did. Then I did from alkyl halide. Okay, general equation was in this way: alkyl halide Rx. This is how you write alkyl halide. Alkyl is R group, halide is X group. Where I told you R can be anything. R can be CH3, R can be C2H5, and then so on. Okay. So now alkyl halide is made to react with the zinc and HCl. Okay, and you know metal with any acid releases hydrogen. So that hydrogen will react with the halogen, giving you the reaction is like this. Rx, I'll write here in the bracket. Rx plus H2 is having one single bond. So hydrogen bonded with hydrogen. So this will go out like this. Okay. H will go out with the X minus. They go out and remaining R will combine with the H. Okay. So RH plus HX will be formed. Okay. Then you can write one example. Okay. So example also I had given you. Now see. One more example I will take here. You try to complete the reaction. CH3, CH2, CH2Cl I am taking. Okay, plus H2 is given to you, and then in the arrow mark they have told it is zinc and then H plus. See, sometimes instead of giving hydrochloric acid they will give you H plus, and you know acid is any substance which releases H plus ion in the solution. Okay, so here H plus if they give, you remember it is an acid. Okay, so it will release H2. Now can you complete and tell me what will be the product here? The compound taken is 1 chlorine you are having attached to this carbon. 1, 2, 3. So first position you are having chlorine. So the compound name is chloropropane. Okay, 3 carbon, no? So chloropropane when made to react with H2. Okay, see the reaction goes in this way. I'll write it here in the bracket I'm writing. Okay, CH3, CH2, CH2 and then Cl plus I am having hydrogen bonded with hydrogen. So this HCl you have to remove. And where the Cl has gone out, this H will come and replace it. Okay, so what is the compound now? Product form will be CH3, CH2, and then one hydrogen you are adding here, no? So that is next to the carbon. So they will get one more hydrogen extra. So CH3 plus HCl will go out. Okay, so again propane is formed here as a product. Okay, so till here I had done. This is one more example which I have discussed. If you want, you can take down this example. Below that only where you have written, no, first one. Below that you write this as a second example. And name also I have given chloropropane, giving you propane. I'll go for second preparation now. This was first one, okay, from alkyl halide. Again from alkyl halide itself, a second preparation, it's a name reaction, and name reactions are very important, okay. I'm putting a star mark here because name reactions you have to study at any cost. And this name reaction is, it's a words reaction. Words reaction, you will be studying in first year, you will be studying even in the second year. It's very important reaction. Because using alkyl halide, if you are taking one carbon alkyl halide, you can prepare a higher alkanes. Okay, why this is important is because using this preparation, using Wurtz reaction, you can prepare higher alkanes. Okay, so this can be prepared, and which contains a even number of carbon. Okay, usually using this compound, even number of carbon containing alkanes are prepared. Okay, so this is the importance of this. Like if you want to increase the carbon chain, you want to prepare a big molecule, then you can go with Wurtz reaction. Okay, now let us see what Wurtz has done, how the reaction he has done is, he took alkyl halide. Alkyl halide, you know how to write now. Rx is the general representation of alkyl halide. Okay, and alkyl halide was made to react with the sodium. Okay, sodium metal is taken in the presence of dry ether. This is a solvent, okay. Dry ether is a solvent. So dry ether is a solvent which is used for the reaction. Why not water? Because you know sodium is highly reactive. It is explosive in nature. They react very immediately towards the atmosphere. So that is the reason why there shouldn't be any moisture. And the reaction we are doing in a non-polar solvent. This dry ether is a non-polar solvent. So to avoid the moisture and avoid the other problem with sodium, we are taking them in a non-polar solvent, that is dry ether. Okay, so now during the reaction what happens is, this sodium is there, no, that will react with the halogen, but usually two molecules were found to react. So I am taking two molecules of alkyl halide and two molecules of sodium. Okay, now see how the reaction goes. I'll write them open structure on this side. Two molecules of alkyl halide I'm taking and two molecules of sodium I'm taking here. See, this sodium will combine with the halogen usually because you know between R and X, halogen is more electronegative. Okay, I'll just distribute the charge on them. See, you know halogen is more electronegative, so they will carry partial negative charge, and alkyl group, R group, will lose the electrons, so they will get partial positive charge on them. Okay, even here negative, and then here you will get positive. So this negative ion has to combine with the sodium, but how should be sodium? Sodium should be in the positive state, correct? No? So this sodium will lose one electron, then they will get converted to Na plus and then react. Okay, here see side I am writing this reaction also. Na first will lose one electron, get converted to Na plus one electron will be given out. Okay, this will happen. So after this reaction has happened, then this Na plus which has been formed, they will combine with the X minus. I will tell you what happens to this electron also. So this will go out. Okay, so this Na will go out with the X minus, two molecules of X minus. So product you see, you get two molecules of NaX. Okay, now if X minus goes out, then R will be remained with one plus charge, correct? No, R plus. So this R plus is a carbocation, correct? Carbon with the positive charge. Carbocation which has even number of electrons. If I take now here CH3, CH3 is like this, no? This is CH3 carbocation. Will have 6 electron, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is deficient and they can take an electron. So this electron which is lost by the sodium will be taken by this. So they will take one electron. So if they take one electron, they will get odd number of electron. And odd number of electron means it's a radical. So a free radical will be formed. You have studied about all these intermediate species. I've told you intermediate species are quite reactive in nature. So now here carbocation is deficient, will receive this one electron which has been lost by the sodium and gets converted to R radical, okay, free radical. And free radical is very, very, very reactive. So they will search for one more partner. Okay, now in the solution, you have lot of alkyl halide. No, it's not you are taking one molecule and making them to react. You will have thousands of Rx and thousands of sodium atoms will be there. So there, if two molecules of R plus combines to give you R radical, that both of them will combine to each other because I said two molecule each if you want to form an alkane. So here this will be two molecules. So two sodium will lose two electron. So this will be like this two. Okay, so those two electrons will be taken out. Those two electrons will be taken by two R plus to giving you R radical. So this R radical and R radical, free radicals will combine together to form a bond with each other like R and R. So this will be the product R bonded with R. Yes, free radicals. Free radical is formed. During this process, they have found that free radicals are formed. Free radical combine together to form a bond because here one electron is there. They have altogether now 7 electrons. See, if it is carbocation R plus, they have 6 electrons with them. And how much an element requires to become stable? 8, no? So if they get one electron, if they take one electron, then this carbon is there, no? With the hydrogen, hydrogen, hydrogen here, plus one electron, okay? This one electron. See, 7 electrons are there. Again, not stable. So they will combine with another radical. When they combine with another radical, it is stable for them. Then they will get 8 electrons each. See, like this. One electron they will give, one electron they will receive from another free radical. Then they become stable. So they give you higher alkane. See, we started with one R alkyl halide, but when the compound is formed, you are getting R bonded with the R. So this gives you higher alkanes. Okay, alkyl halide giving you higher alkanes. So this is Würth's reaction. Okay. Now you can write down sentence wise I have given here. When alkyl halide are treated with sodium in the presence of dry ether, higher alkanes are formed. You can write the equation now. See, equation, you can make a note. Right. Two molecules of Rx. Two molecules of Rx when made to react with two molecules of sodium. Now you understood why it is two molecules. Because one free radical is not stable. They will combine with another free radical to give you higher alkane. Okay, so they combine with each other, R bonded with R to give you two molecules of NaX. This is the main reaction. You write the name also below this. Okay, alkyl halide giving higher alkanes. Okay. If you want to understand in a better way, I will give this also. In the bracket, I'm giving Rx and Rx, two molecules of sodium, you write like this. This you eliminate out. Okay, and these two you combine together. This way, R bonded with R plus two molecules of NaX goes on. Okay. Ether, I said dry ether is a solvent. Here we use dry ether. Dry ether is a solvent. Okay, just to dissolve this compound, we are using dry ether. See, like how water is a solvent, but water is a polar solvent. Okay, dry ether is a non-polar solvent. Benzene is also a solvent. Benzene is an organic solvent. So like that, only ether is an organic solvent. It's not ester, it is ether, E-T-H-E-R. Ester is different. Ester is a different organic compound. Now we'll take one example. See, below this I will write one example. Change the R group and take alkyl group and write. Okay. And even this is halogen. No, I told you R can be anything. R can be CH3, C2H5, etc. Okay. And X can also be anything. It can be fluorine, can be chlorine, it can be bromine, it can be iodine. But most of the time, chlorine, bromine, and iodine you will see using because fluorine is very reactive, difficult to handle. So we make only use of these. Okay, so I'll take example here. Change the R group. It's a general. This is a general equation. Okay, it's a general reaction equation. Okay, general reaction equation it is. Means you can apply for any alkyl halide. That is what it means. So here I am taking now in particular, I am taking R as CH3. This X you can take as Br. I am just taking Br. You can take any halogen. I said out of these three, you can take anything. So CH3 Br I have taken. Okay, 2 molecules you take each. 2 molecules of this will react with 2 molecules of sodium. What will be the product? Can you tell me what is that product form? Name you tell me. That's enough. This is bromo methane. Which I have taken here is bromomethane. In the presence of dry ether as a solvent. Will give you what product? Can you tell me the name? Yeah, one is sodium bromide, correct. Na will go with Br. Okay, metal will go with a non-metal. That's correct. One is this, 2 molecules of NaBr you will get. And one more is ethane. Very good, correct. So one more is ethane, that is CH3 bonded with the CH3. See, I don't have place, I'm writing it down. You can write in a straight line, okay. Ethane. Yes, very good. Ethane plus sodium bromide. Okay, you can write down the name below this. Sodium bromide. Okay. Now your doubt is, can we write this as in the reaction? Can you write this as 2CH3? Okay. See, now if I am writing 2CH3, this CH3 is unsatisfied here. Getting the point, no? So you can't write as 2CH3 because the CH3 molecules will remain unsatisfied. So that is the reason you should write in this way, CH3 bonded with the CH3. Okay, so don't write in this way, 2 molecules when you are taking, suppose if you are writing 2 molecules of CH3Br plus 2 molecules of sodium giving 2CH3, don't write in this way, okay? This will be wrong. You write CH3 bonded with CH3. So I gave, R bonded with the R. Good that you all asked. Good that you have asked because sometimes this mistake can happen in the exam. So you see that you write with the bond. Otherwise, it will remain unsatisfied. And now one more question you have asked me. Can we prepare methane? No. It is being used only for preparation of higher alkanes. Okay. Methane cannot be prepared. You can't prepare methane using this. And most of the time, that is one of the drawback, okay, of this particular reaction. You should have even number of carbon atom. Like I can now, if I take now, see here, C2H5 and then Br with the 2 molecules of sodium, 2 molecules of this with 2 molecules of sodium, then I will get what? C2H5 bonded with C2H5, correct, no? C2H5 bonded with the C2H5. That is nothing but, what is this now? If I still open and write, it is CH3, CH2, then CH2, CH3, that is butane. See, I get even number of carbon atom. If I start even number of carbon atom. If you are taking now, if you want to prepare odd number, then you need to take here, see, odd number if you want, then you can take here one CH3Br with the 2 molecules of sodium and one more alkyl halide you can take. That is C2H5Br. You can take this in the presence of dry ether again. Then what are the possibilities of the product you will get? See, now in this case, if you want to prepare odd number, you can prepare even number because this will be the 100% product which will be formed. But now if you want to go with the different alkyl halide, you want to prepare odd number of, then chances is that CH3 can react with CH3. Correct, no? Because in the reaction, many things will happen. This will also break down. This will also break down. Okay. So you will get CH3 radical. Many CH3 radicals will be formed. C2H5 radicals also will be formed. Okay. So either CH3 can combine with CH3. So one product will be this CH3 bonded with CH3. Or C2H5 can combine with C2H5 this way. C2H5 bonded with C2H5. Or possibility is that CH3 can combine with C2H5. So this is one more product which will be formed, CH3, C2, H5. So you get three variety of product if you're going with the odd number. If you want to prepare for odd number. So now you have to separate them. Yeah, you need to separate them. Okay. Yeah, three products will be formed. Then only then you will be able to get one particular product. This is done by fractional distillation. They do fractional distillation and then separate them. Since you have asked, I gave you this. Otherwise, in your exam, this much they will not ask. Okay. They will directly ask you what is Würth's reaction, or they will ask you to complete the reaction. This is like for higher level. If you're writing the competitive exam, then they will ask you a different type of question. What are the different products which is formed when these molecules are reacted with each other? Did you follow now? I hope for everyone this much is clear, no? With this method, you can't get methane. Methane cannot be prepared, okay? Because for that you require one hydrogen. No, one CH3 should combine with hydrogen. So with this method, methane is not possible. But propane is possible. See, this is propane. Propane you can prepare, pentane you can prepare, but I said you will get mixture of products. Now here, see three. Now in this reaction, the third one which I have taken, no, we have got three products. You see, one is ethane, one is butane, and the other one is propane. When you take odd number, you get three product. Methane is not possible. You can't go for lower one. You can go for higher one. But the problem in this is, now when you take odd number, you have to separate them. Segregation has to be done. That's one difficulty. If you take only one kind of alkyl halide, you will get 100% only one product. But if you take different alkyl halide, you will get different products. Okay, got no? I hope I clarified your doubts. Yes. Okay, now we'll continue with next one. Next reaction. Okay, next is decarboxylation of carboxylic acid. Okay, next, the third preparation is decarboxylation. Carboxylic acid, we are not directly taking carboxylic acid here. Okay, we are taking a salt of carboxylic acid. So we are going to use a salt of carboxylic acid. Salt of carboxylic acid. Okay, see, salt of carboxylic acid, how can we prepare? You can take carboxylic acid. General formula for carboxylic acid is RCOOH. This is carboxylic acid. When made to react with a base, carboxylic acid by nature, it is an acid. Okay, and if you want a salt, you know, acid reacts with a base to give you salt and water. Correct, no? This we know. Acid reacts with base to give salt and water. So if I take carboxylic acid and make it to react with a base, I'm taking NaOH. You can take KOH also. Any base you can take. Okay, so I've taken NaOH. Then from here you can remove water, no? I'll remove water. Base is the substance which gives OH minus ion in the solution. So I will remove from here OH minus, and acid is a substance which gives H plus ion in the solution. So H I am removing. What is remain now? RCOO minus, no? Because H will go as H plus and Na will be plus. So this Na plus will combine with RCO minus. Okay, so you get a salt. That salt is, yes, RCOO, Na, RCO is minus, Na is plus because it is ionic bond now here, plus H2O. This is sodium salt of carboxylic acid. Okay, this is sodium salt of carboxylic acid. This we are going to make use of it. Okay, this we are going to take now. So here we are going to make for the decarboxylation of carboxylic acid, because this particular electrolyte, see RCOH is a weak electrolyte. Carboxylic acid is there. No, it's not very strong electrolyte. So it will not completely dissociate. But when you make them to react with a base, the salt which is formed, no, that's a strong one. So it will break down easily and the product will be formed a little more easily. Okay. This is a weak electrolyte, you remember. You remember acetic acid, I've told you it's a weak electrolyte. They don't dissociate completely into their ions. So it's a weak electrolyte. Okay. But when you make them to react with a base and convert them into a salt, this salt will be a strong electrolyte. Okay. This is a strong electrolyte. So this will break down easily and the product will be formed little more easily. Okay. That's the reason why we are converting them into a salt. So now we are taking the salt. Okay. This salt of carboxylic acid, see how the reaction they have done. Salt of carboxylic acid is made to react with the carboxylic acid is made to react with the soda lime. Okay. Soda lime to give you alkanes. To give alkanes. This is the reaction what we are going to study. Like in a brief, I've told you what we are going to do. Okay. Plus one more side compound will be formed, that I will tell you what they are. Okay. This is what has been done. Salt of carboxylic acid is made to react with soda lime. Now you need to know what is soda lime. This is not what you're thinking. Soda lime is not that soda lime which is used for drinking. Okay, that's a different thing. Yes, very good. Yeah, correct. It is, here soda lime stands for, it's a two word. Okay. Soda is a word standing for caustic soda. Okay, and lime means it is quick lime. It's a combination of two word, quick lime. See, I've put here, pictures I've put here. Caustic soda is sodium hydroxide. Caustic soda is there, no? That's the sodium hydroxide. It's a base, sodium hydroxide. And quick lime is calcium oxide. So it's a combination of two. So they have taken this word, soda, from caustic soda, and quick lime, they have used lime word. So it is called as soda lime. Okay, so these are mixed together. Sodium hydroxide and, correct, calcium oxide is mixed together, is called as soda lime. This plus this together. Okay, now calcium oxide is not involved in the reaction. It is just it is used, why, you know, because sodium hydroxide is hygroscopic in nature. It's hygroscopic. Hygroscopic means the substance which will absorb moisture very easily. This sodium hydroxide absorbs moisture very easily. If they absorb moisture, then it will become a problem. Then the reaction will not be like, it will not be like very effective. Efficiency will decrease. So we are adding calcium oxide. So calcium oxide will avoid taking the moisture, okay, along with this when you add it. So now see reaction how it goes. We are taking this to RCONA and made to react with the sodium hydroxide, okay, in the presence of calcium oxide. So during the reaction, alkane will be formed. It's a direct reaction, okay. Alkane is what? R molecule reacting with H. So this everything will go out because you are going to do it with lot of heating. Heat has to be provided. So when you are heating them, this whole compound will go out and R will react with H, okay. So R and H will be formed, plus this you can combine them together and see what is the product. See now here how many sodium is there? 2 sodium atoms are there. Okay, it's an organic compound. 2 sodium, so Na2, and then 1 carbon plus 1, 2, 3 oxygen is remaining. Na2CO3. Okay, this will be formed. It's a salt. Very good. Yeah, correct. Sodium carbonate is formed. Okay, so you get alkane plus sodium carbonate during the reaction. Okay. Now, since see here CO2 has gone out, if you have seen the heading, it is decarboxylation. D means what? D means removing. Dehydration. Dehydration means removal of water. So like that only decarboxylation means removing of carbon dioxide. So here carbon dioxide got removed during the process. So it is called as decarboxylation. Yes. Okay, so after removing this, carbonate has, like carbon dioxide has gone in the form of carbonate, sodium carbonate. If I take one example now here, I will replace R and take one example. Okay, R I will replace by CH3, CH3, then COONA plus when made to react with sodium hydroxide. In the presence of arrow mark I have put here, arrow mark substance doesn't get involved in the reaction. So I said it's just a helper which will not allow the absorption of moisture. So now you take this CH3 combined with the H and remove that whole thing. Okay, this I am removing. This will be going out in the form of Na2CO3. Okay. So product is CH4 methane. Okay. CH3, no, here CH3 plus H, that is CH4 plus Na2CO3. This is the example. Okay. Yes, students. Now you can write down. See, give the heading. When I tell you to write down, you can write down that time. Till then, you listen what I'm doing. Okay. So now you can start writing. This is the setup. Laboratory setup is like this. Okay. But you don't have to draw this diagram. Not required to draw the diagram. Okay. Don't draw the diagram. You just write, give the heading. Third way of preparing is by decarboxylation of carboxylic acid. You write the sentence now. When sodium salt of carboxylic acid are heated with soda lime, alkanes are formed. So here is the experimental setup. You can see here sodium acetate they have used, that is CH3COO Okay, and this is heated with the soda lime. At high temperature they heat them. When it has been heated, they have found a gas coming out. That was methane. Okay, and sodium carbonate remained here only in the test tube. So reaction I will give you in the next. I will change. Now write down this reaction. See, write down this reaction. This is general reaction. General reaction is this way. Okay, RCONA, that is sodium salt of carboxylic acid. Now the example name over here, common name of this compound here, sodium and then CH3CO from acetic acid, no? So it's a negative ion of acetic acid, so acetate is the name, okay? Sodium acetate is the name of this compound, common name. And then again soda lime, giving you methane. Yeah, now one more last one remaining is, it's again same way, okay? The preparation is same. You're taking sodium salt of carboxylic acid itself, but then here we are going to do electrolysis. It was done by Kobe, okay? Kobe electrolytic method, scientist name, okay? Kobe electrolysis. So here again, they have taken salt of carboxylic acid itself, okay? Salt of carboxylic acid, solution is taken, means you have to dissolve this in the water. Solution is taken and then they have done electrolysis. Means you need to pass electricity, high voltage of electricity is passed over here, and then finally it gives you alkanes. Okay, the product formed is alkane, plus along with that side compounds are also there. But for us what is important is alkane. Okay, now I will tell you how the reaction goes. We will not go for the mechanism part. If you want, I will tell you the mechanism. Okay, but otherwise just equation is enough, because you don't have the mechanism part for you all to study. Okay, so see now, salt of carboxylic acid has been electrolyzed. Generally, how do you write salt of carboxylic acid? RCOONA. I am taking sodium salt itself. Okay, again two molecules. This preparation also gives you higher alkane, like how we have done for Würth's reaction. Würth's reaction was preparing the higher alkane. Here also, in the Kolbe electrolysis, they have got higher alkane, not the lower one. Okay, so higher alkanes can be prepared. So I've taken RCO, 2 molecules. Again, you have to take when you are going for higher alkanes, because otherwise only one R is there. No? You require one more R to complete the valency. Okay, so 2 molecules reacts with 2 molecules of water. Okay, so now to make it simple, I will write it here in the bracket I'm writing. Okay, this is only for you to see how to eliminate them. So you write 2 molecules separately, RCO, RCO, Na. Okay, this water also I'll break them. Water I can break and write as HOH and then HOH in this way. Okay, so now see here OH is usually minus charge. Here OH is also minus charge. You know Na is usually positively charged. So you can eliminate them. Okay. So you have these 2 molecules of, I'll take another color just to show you that elimination. 2 molecules of Na is there. No. This Na plus will go with the 2 molecules of OH minus. So one product what you are going to get here after electrolysis. Okay. After electrolysis, one product which will be formed is 2 molecules of NaOH. One is this. Okay. I'm writing one below the other. Plus one more. See, this hydrogen and hydrogen will react with each other. It's during the free radical reaction. So hydrogen and hydrogen react. So one hydrogen molecule will escape out during the process. So 2 NaOH I have removed. One hydrogen I removed. Now here you see, because you are passing high voltage of electricity, this carbon dioxide also will escape out. Okay. 2 molecules are there. So 2 molecules of CO2 will escape out. Okay. What is remaining now? R and R. So they will combine with each other. So R will bind with R, will give you higher alkane, plus these are the side compounds which are formed. Okay. So this is Kolbe's electrolysis. I am not doing the mechanism because there are too many things in that. If you want, you can ask me, I will send you. Okay. But now for time being, this much is enough. Then you can take one example. I will take one example also and write. Now you can copy it down along with me. Okay. You write this equation. I'll give you writing also. Write down. Two molecules of RCO. General equation is here. RCONA plus 2 molecules of water on electrolysis. On electrolysis gives you R bonded with R plus 2 molecules of carbon dioxide plus 2 molecules of NaOH plus the H2 gas escapes out. Okay. This I will write in the bracket also so that you can eliminate and write easily. NaOH, here you have water, HOH. Okay. Here also RCONA and then HOH. Okay. This OH minus I will take. This I will remove with Na plus. This way. Okay. This way you remove. NaOH. This carbon dioxide you remove 2 molecules of carbon dioxide. Then hydrogen and hydrogen you eliminate together. R and R you combine together. So just keep circling like this. Writing the product becomes a little easier for you. Now we'll take one example here. I'll change the R group and write. So 2 molecules of CH3, COO, Na plus 2 molecules of water. Product will be what? Wherever R is there, no, that I have replaced by CH3. So that you have to change. That's it. Rest all the product will remain same. Okay, only the alkane part will change. So here CH3 will bind with each other. No, CH3 bonded with CH3. You will get ethane. Okay, ethane is the product. Rest everything is same. 2 molecules of carbon dioxide plus 2 molecules of